I guess, area under curves, and we have solved one question in the last class, and we have also defined uh, the methodology how to solve such questions. Let's start with some more examples now. Let's take example from this. Okay, let's take some uh, complex curves now, and because we have been, we had already done the example of circle. Let's take the second question. Find the area of the region in the first quadrant enclosed by the, okay, not first question right now. Before first question, we will. Yeah, let's solve third question first. Just give me 1 minute, okay. Mhm. Okay, before going for these, let me take some questions from NCRT first. Let's try to solve them. Then we will move forward to this. Yeah, no, we can take the questions from here also. Okay, please everybody note down this. Let's start with the first question itself. So everybody please note down this first question. Using integration, find the area of the region bounded by the line x minus y plus 2 is equals to 0, the curve x is equals to root y, and y-axis. Everybody please note down the first question quickly. Let's start with this only. Doesn't matter. So the first task that we should be focusing on, which is what are the curves, what are the different equations that are given to us. So in this case, an equation of line x minus y plus 2 is equals to 0, and an equation of the curve x is equals to root y. Although we don't know what is x is equals to root y yet, but there are two equations given, and we have to find out the area of these two equations as well as y-axis, right? And you're done. If somebody is still writing, please let me know. Just raise your hand. Shayad for now only question one, but we will be solving some of the questions from this. Absolutely. I mean, yes, that's a good question actually. So you can note down first as well as second, third also, third also, and fifth and sixth too. First, third, fifth, and sixth. First, third, fifth, and sixth. We will be solving these four questions. Chalo, can we start now? If somebody is writing, still writing, please just raise your hand. Okay, cool. So, yeah. First question is that we are given a line x minus y plus 2 is equals to 0. And this curve x is equals to root y and y axis. And we have to find out the area between them, right? Area that lies in between all of them. Okay? But to find out that area, first we need to figure out what is the equation, how does it look like, what are these, I mean, what is the figure of that, what is the portion that we need to find out, right? Okay, so and please, if you have written these questions, just tell me these values, right? Tell me the equations. Chalo. So the first part is yeah, this was example one. And we will be starting with example two now. Which says that we are given a line x minus y plus 2 is equals to 0. This is a line. Then there is a curve x is equals to root y and y axis, right? This is the information given to us. Is bounded by the line, the curve, and y axis. Correct. Chalo. Yeah, to solve this, first of all, we should figure out what are these curves. So this curve is actually, if you square both sides, this is x square is equals to y, right? X square is equals to y. But why did they write x square is equals to y as x is equals to root y? So if you take square root both sides, then it should be x is equals to plus minus root y. It should be x is equals to plus minus root y, right? And in that case, there will be two values of x, but they have only taken x is equals to root y. It means that they are only taking the positive values of x. So x square is equals to y is basically this curve. x square is equals to y looks like this. We have already drawn the curve of x square is equals to y, right? This is the curve of x square is equals to y. But if I'm writing x is equals to root y, it means that we don't want to take this curve where x is negative. We only want to take x positive because square root, answer of a square root is always positive, right? So we are only taking this side of curve. So if they tell you that the curve is x is equals to root y, then the curve will be this. Okay. Chalo. Now we are given another line which is x minus y plus 2 is equals to 0. So let's plot x minus y plus 2 is equals to 0 in this case. And x minus y plus 2, to plot x minus y plus 2, we can just simply write this line. We can make a box. We can take 2 points. We have already done this part. X, y. Let's take x 0 once. If x is 0, then y is 2. And if y is 0, then x is minus 2. Right? So there are 2 points. One is 0, 2. 0, 2 money, this point somewhere along this. And then another is x minus 2 and y 0, which should be here. Right? So if I draw this line, then it will look something like this. Right? So this is our line. Okay. This is our curve x is equals to root y. Right? And y-axis. Right? So y-axis is this. Now, can you tell me, I'm writing these portions as A, B, C, D, E. Can you tell me out of these portions A, B, C, D, E, which portion we need to solve? What is the area that we need to find out? We have to find out the area between the curve x is equals to root y and the line x minus y plus 2 is equals to 0 and y-axis. Correct, Shahid. Good. Austin, correct. Tharif, you're the only one left. Try this. Which area are we trying to find out? There are many portions here. Yeah, please. हमें एरिया निकालना है लाइन इस कर्व और वाई एक्सिस के बीच में जो भी एरिया आ रहा है. अब सोच.
Sir, in the D part.
Not E, C. See this part C.
Yes, C. Yeah.
This part is enclosed between all of the curves which are given in this case. Y-axis. So we are trying to find out first of all this area. See if we are able to reach up to this point now, where we can plot, where we can shade the portion which for which we need to find out the area, then the half of the battle is already won, right? Because this is the main part, that how do we find out the portion, the shaded portion. To find out the shaded portion, you need to be good with coordinate geometry, right? Now I know that I have to find out the area of this part, right? And okay, before solving this, my bad, Aaron. I also want to tell you one more thing before going to this question. Okay, so question, ठीक है, चलो question से ही समझते हैं. Let's understand the concept through question. ठीक है. Now understand, I want to find out this area. Okay. If I integrate some curve, I will find out the whole area under that curve up to the axis, whatever axis you are talking about, right? Now tell me, how do I find out this area? Okay, कान यहां से शुरू करते हैं. Let's first understand this. ये क्या हो गया? Let's first understand this. So if I integrate this curve, This was y is equals to, let's say, fx. This point is x is equals to a. This point is x is equals to b, right? And if I integrate fx from a to b, then I get this area. This is a. But this area will be up to x-axis. Guys, just give me a minute. Yeah, guys, am I audible? I think my network connection,
Yes, sir.
yeah, was disconnected. Yeah, so we were actually understanding the concept of area between two curves. We know how to find out the area. एक second here. Screen share. Okay. So we already know that how to find out area under a curve, right? We just have to integrate that curve from a certain point to a certain point, and we will get the area under that curve up to axis, either x-axis or y-axis, depending on how you are integrating that, right? But when we find out area between two curves, no, in that case, you will understand the concept very easily. Just wait for 1 minute. In that case, we will use both the curve to find out the area between them. Yeah, so in that case, see, now if I want to integrate, I want to find out this area, then I can easily find this out if I integrate fx from x is equals to a to x is equals to b, right? But what if I want to find out area between these two curves? I don't want area, whole area starting from this curve y is equals to fx up to x-axis. I just want this area, right? And I know this curve too. This is y is equals to, let's say, gx. Right? So if I want to find out just this area, this is also very simple. See, if I integrate y is equals to fx, I will get this whole area. I mean, I'll get this area too, though it is not required. But if I integrate fx from x is equals to a to x is equals to b, then I will get the whole area irrespective of what there is a curve under this or not, right? But if I also find out the area under y is equals to gx, yani कि this area, if I find out this area, how can I find out this area? This area I can find out if I integrate y is equals to gx from x is equals to a to x is equals to b, right? And in that case, I will find out the area under fx, area under gx, and I will subtract them to find out the area between them. Did you understand this? To find out this area A, what I will do is I'll solve A as this. I'll first find out the area under upper curve, then I will subtract the area under lower curve so that I get the area between these two curves. Easy?
So there was like
यार नेटवर्क की थोड़ी प्रॉब्लम हो सकती है, बट इज इट ओके ना? Guys, am I audible now?
yes, sir.
Okay. So this is consider y is equals to fx and y is equals to gx are two curves. Before solving this question, you can also write this. This is the only concept other than I mean, either we have to find out the area under a curve or we have to find out area between two curves. These are two concepts in this chapter, and both are related to just a simple concept that you can find out the area under any curve up to the axis. This is also an extension of the first part, area under a curve. If you want to find out area between two curves, then you will find out first the area under upper curve, then the area under lower curve, and you will subtract them to find out area between them. Then area enclosed between them can be find out, and using this simple application, you can write this as fx minus gx directly. So you subtract the lower curve from upper curve to find out the area between them. Now also understand its application now. The second question, in fact, all of the questions that we will solve now will be the application of this simple concept, area between two curves only. Now I want to find out this area. See, to find out this area, I cannot find out this. I mean, I can't find this area directly. First, I will need this point, because this point will tell me from which point to which point I have to integrate. Right? To find out this point, you can replace x with y minus 2. From the first equation, I mean, what is this intersection point? This intersection point, Hanji. Yes, Travis.
Just go up for a minute, for a second.
Yes, yes. Okay. So we have to first find this intersection point. Let's call this point A. So this intersection point is basically a point which lies on this straight line also, and this curve x is equals to root y also, right? So to find out the intersection point between two curves, you just simply solve both the equations. Solve both the equations, Mane? I mean, we have already solved these type of equations in 10th, but those were linear equation in two variables. Now these are not linear equation in two variables, but these are equations in two variables only. So two equations, two variables, we can simply solve them. Just replace the value of x or y from first equation in second equation. So in this case, I am replacing x is equals to root y in the first equation. Okay. So to find out first, find out intersection point of the curve. Always, when there will be two curves, you need to find out the intersection point between them, whether they are intersecting or not. This is also an important question. You will learn this, but because this is only the first question, so always remember, find out intersection point between the curves. If it exists. And remember this, because without finding the intersection point, we won't be even able to, I mean, we won't be able to find out intersection area as well. So to find out intersection point in this case, I will just simply substitute x is equals to root y in the first equation. And that will be done like, so x is equals to root y minus y plus 2 is equals to 0. Now I can't solve this equation in root y, so I will have to square. So I will take root y one side and take y minus 2 on the other side, and then square. So if I square them, this will be y is equals to y minus 2 whole square, which can be written as y is equals to y square minus 4y plus 4. Correct? So this equation will become y square minus 5y plus 4 is equals to 0. And that can be solved. The factors will be y minus 1, y minus 4. You can break this minus 5 into minus 1 and minus 4. Minus 1 and minus 4 will add up to minus 5, and minus 1 and minus 4 will multiply. On multiplication gives 4. So the factors will be minus 1 and minus, I mean, y minus 1 and y minus 4. Hence, the values will be y is equals to 1 and y is equals to 4. What does it tell us? It tells us that there are two values, or there are 2 points of intersection between the curves. It tells us that there are 2 points of intersection with the curve, at y is equals to 1 and at y is equals to 4. Now also, as you have already found out y, you also need to find out x, right? So put x is equals to root y in x minus y plus 2 is equals to 0. That is how we started the question. So now we have y. We can find out the value of x also. So at y is equals to 1, x will be root 1, which is 1. And at x is equals to 2, sorry, at y is equals to 4, x will be root 4, which says that x is equals to 2. Okay. Now, actually, these points will differ a bit. This value is not 1. This should be minus 1 because, see, I will also tell you why we are getting this answer. Okay. So, पहली बात तो, I mean, first of all, you can observe that there is only one intersection point if we are drawing the figure, right? You can see this curve x is equals to root y will progress in this direction, and this straight line is progressing in this direction. So I mean, the distance between them is only increasing. So they will not intersect further. After this point, they will not intersect after it. So the other point could have been if this curve was whole. If you draw y is equals to x square, then this curve will look like this, right? This curve will look like this. And just a minute. Yeah. In fact, we should find these values like this. At y is equals to 1, put y is equals to 1 in the equation of line. Put y is equals to 1 in the equation of line. This x minus y plus 2. If you put y is equals to 1 in this equation, then you will get this. X minus y plus 2 is equals to 0, right? So your value of x will be, if you observe, minus 1 plus 2 will be plus 1. So value of x will be minus 1. And similarly, you can find out this value also. So in this case, your value would be x minus 4 plus 2 is equals to 0, right? So this will be x is equals to 2. Now, why did it give us before? Why did it give us x is equals to 1? Because we have put this in the equation x is equals to root y. Now, x is equals to root y only shows one part of the curve. But x square is equals to y is a complete curve, right? So another point of intersection is actually this. But because this is not given to us, that is why we will not take this intersection point. So this was just to illustrate you that another intersection point will be this if the curve was whole. But because we only have x is equals to root y, so we can simply say that, so there are two intersection points first of all, और ये टू इंटरसेक्शन पॉइंट्स इसलिए आए क्योंकि उसने कर्व को हमने होल स्क्वायर किया. देखो यहाँ पे होल स्क्वायर करते ही उसने वो कर्व एक्स स्क्वायर इज इक्वल्स टू वाई ले लिया rather than taking x is equals to root y, right? The equation took x square is equals to y. Why? Because we have squared the function here. See, that is why it is giving us two intersection point. Okay, so there are two intersection point in this case, right? And these intersection points, one is minus 1 comma 1 and another is 2 comma 4. We can easily see that point A is lying in the first quadrant, so point A must be 2 comma 4. So ignoring this, we are avoiding this because this is not in our curve. We will only have to take 2 comma 4. So A is your 2 comma 4. Now let's come to the question again. This is the first part that we need to do when there are two curves given. So A is 2 comma 4. Now we know that we have to find out the area starting from x is equals to 0, this point, to this point, 2 comma 4, right? Now how can I do that? Next question is this. Let's first draw a perpendicular. to get a feel, what do we need to find out? Okay, this perpendicular is drawn from A to x-axis. Now focus on this question, okay? If you understand this question, you will be able to understand every question that will be followed after this point, okay? So if I integrate this line, this straight line, okay, from the point x is equals to 0, this point x is equals to 0, to x is equals to 2, then I will get this area, whole area. If I integrate the line from x is equals to 0 to x is equals to 2, then I will get this whole area shaded by black ink, this black portion. But do I need that area? No. I only need the area which was shaded in blue. Correct? Now, how do I find out blue area? If I subtract the area which is not required, in this case, this will be the area shaded in red. You can see that the red area we don't need. But if I integrate the line, then I will get the whole area, whole black portion, which consists two portions. One is blue, one is red. But I don't need red. So to find out red, I will integrate the parabola. Now, if I integrate the parabola from x is equals to 0, or chodo parabola, let's focus on the equation only. If I integrate this curve x is equals to root y from x is equals to 0 to x is equals to 2, then I will get this red portion. So to find out blue portion, I will first find out this black portion, yani ke whole area, and then subtract this red portion. Yani ke
So we will get blue portion.
Sorry.
So we will get the blue portion, right?
Yes. So area between two curves will be such that you have to find out which curve is lying under which curve up to which point, and then to find out area between them, you subtract the lower curve from upper curve and integrate that part. So in this case, your required area is blue. So in the curve, this A point is 2, 4. We know that. And blue shaded portion is the required area. Then black shaded portion, area under line from x is equals to 0 to x is equals to 2. Then if I talk about red shaded portion, that will be area under curve x is equals to root y from x is equals to 0 to x is equals to 2. To find out the required area, what I will do, I'll first take the line. What is the line? Line is x minus y plus 2 is equals to 0. But I have to change that equation as x is equals to fy. Sorry, y is equals to fx, right? So I will take this as, I know that the equation of line is x minus y plus 2 is equals to 0. So I can write this as y is equals to x plus 2. If you take y to the right hand side, then y is equals to x plus 2 is this equation. And this curve is x is equals to root y. If I want to find out the value of y from this will be y is equals to x square. Correct? So you know both of the function. How to find out area? Take the upper curve. Upper curve is x plus 2. Subtract the lower curve, which is x square, and integrate them from 0 to 2, because that is the portion that we need to find out. Now we can easily do this. Integration will be x square by 2 plus 2x minus x cube by 3, and the limits are from 0 to 2. So this will be put 2. If you put 2 to the 4 to 2 plus 4 minus 8 by 3. This will be your upper limit. Minus, put 0, whole will be 0. So this value will be 10 by 3. So your required answer is, or required area is 10 by 3. And always remember this. Area is always positive. So if the answer comes negative, you have to take the modulus, because area is always positive. Anji, can we start with the next question? If everybody is done. If not, then please raise your hand. And let's understand the concept with some more questions. Easy, eh? It's easy. It's not that tough. But we need to practice 4 or 5 questions first. I mean, the only portion that will be tough is how to draw the figure. It's easy for now because we are not taking, we are taking easy equations as well, but it can be tough. So let's solve third then. So we are given this parabola, which is, we have to find out the area of the region included between the parabola 4y is equals to 3x square and the line 3x minus 2y plus 12 is equals to 0. Right? So we have two equations. Please help me with writing these equations. So one is 4y is equals to 3x square. This is a parabola we know. And the line is, can somebody tell me what is the line? Three x minus 2y plus 12 is equals to 0. And you can also see that they have not mentioned about any axis this time. In the first question, they have mentioned about y-axis. But this time, they haven't mentioned any axis. They are just simply saying, take this curve, 4y is equals to 3x square. Take this line, 3x minus 2y plus 12 is equals to 0. And find the area that lies between them. Correct, Ebat? Sure. First task, draw the figure. सबसे पहला काम भाई visualize तो करें. You have to visualize this. What is the equation? What does they represent? That, so they have already given that this equation is parabola and this is a line. Okay, now let's start with the figures. So 4y is equals to 3x square can be written as y is equals to 3 by 4x square. Correct? This is a parabola. Which kind of parabola? Upper parabola. Because this is also y is equals to x square wala. Y is equals to 4x. Sorry. X square is equals to 4ay. Now see, I am not scaling this graph. I know y is equals to x square wala graph, right? I can just simply compare both of them. How? If you put x is equals to 1 in this, you get y1. Correct? If you put x is equals to 1 here, you get y 3 by 4. Not 1, 3 by 4. So the value of y in this case is lesser than this case. Correct? So if I point, if I take values at x is equals to 1, this value, in this case, the value of y will be bigger. And in this case, the value of y will be smaller. So this means that the curve is flattened. This should be something like y is equals to 3 by 4 x square. y is equals to x square will be something like this, more vertical, because the values of y are increasing at a much higher pace. But we don't need to scale it. This is just for your own understanding. You don't need to, you just need to know the figure. How does it look like? What can be the possible figure, right? So this is y is equals to, or sorry, 4y is equals to 3x square, which can be written as y is equals to 3 by 4x square. Now, let's take this line, 3x minus 2y plus 12 is equals to 0. Okay. And to draw its curve, we will take 2 points. Either we can put 1 time x0. If you put x is equals to 0, then y is 6. And if you put y is equals to 0, then x is minus 4. So there are 2 points. One is 0, 6, and another is minus 4, 0. Now we know that 0, 6 will be much higher on this y-axis. So I can take a different point also, which will be easy to plot. So for that, how can we solve? You can take x2. If you, oh, no, sorry. Okay, you can take y3. If you take y3, then 3 to the 6, x will be minus 2. X minus 2 and y3 will be a point on this straight line. You can see that. So now we can plot these points. Y is equals to minus 4, sorry, x minus 4, 0. This point minus 4, 0 will be somewhere around this. And another point y is equals to 3 and x is equals to minus 2 will be somewhere this. Somewhere here. As I said, we don't need to scale it. We just need to know how are they situated. Now you know that they will intersect at some other point also, somewhere here. We don't know that point yet, but they will intersect. They should intersect at 2 points. By the rough figure, that we have drawn, we got an idea that there must be two, I mean, not must be, but there may be two intersection points. Now to validate this, we need to find out first the intersection point between these two curves. And also, you got an idea that what area we need to find out. We need to find out this area, whole area, by the way, whole area, starting from this point to this point. Correct? Whole area between them. Okay, जी, चलो चलते हैं. Cool. So first, find out intersection point. We know the equations. Let's put them. And let's try to find out intersection point. So we can put y is equals to 3 by 4x square in this equation. So y will be, I mean, the equation will be 3x minus 2 into 3 by 4x square plus 12 is equals to 0. So I'm solving this. Fatafat. This equation can be written as, you can multiply the whole equation by minus 1. This will look something like this. हाँ जी, अरे ये थोड़ी गंदी सी नहीं लग रही इक्वेशन? से तो नहीं बननी चाहिए थी यार। अच्छा ये 3 है ना यहाँ पे, I forgot this. हाँ जी, what, how should I break it? Anyone? How should I break it? So that the sum is -6 and multiplication is -72. 3 into -24 is -72. Everybody of you know how to apply splitting the middle term, right? Just tell me how to break -6 into two parts so that their sum is -6 and their product is -72. -12 and 6. -12 and 6 when added gives you -6 and when multiplied gives you -72. So you can take 3x common here, it becomes x minus 4, and you can take 6 common from here, it will become x minus 4. Now you got your two factors, which will give you two intersection points or two values of x. And one value of x is -2 and another value of x is 4 from this. -2 is from this, correct? These are two intersection points of 2x coordinates where these two curves intersect. You can similarly find out the values of y also from this. So in this case, the value of y would be, if you put x -2, anywhere you can put. You can put here or you can put here. In this case, doesn't matter. In the last case, because the equation was not x square is equals to y, that is why it mattered. So if x is equals to -2, then y is equals to 3. And if x is equals to 4, then y is equals to 12. So these are two intersection points. So -2, 3 and 4, 12. So this intersection point A and this intersection point is B. So we know what is A and what is B now. Now we got a clear picture what we need to do. We need to find out the area between this line and this parabola, starting from A up to B. We know the coordinates of A also, we know the coordinates of B also. We can easily solve this. To solve this, first convert the whole both equations in terms of y. So this equation can be written in terms of y as 2y is equals to 3x plus 12, which can further be simplified as y is equals to 3 by 2x plus 6. So our line is this, y is equals to 3 by 2x plus 6, and our parabola is this, y is equals to 3 by 4x square. Correct? To find out the area, required area, we take the upper curve. Upper curve is what? Line. We subtract the lower curve, which is what? A parabola. And we integrate this whole with respect to dx, starting from limits of x. So starting point is -2 and ending point is 4. Whatever area will you get, I mean, you will get after this, that will be your answer. Please feel free to ask me your doubts. Upper limit, I have put the upper limit minus lower limit, which would be the required area will be 27 square units. That is how we can find out the area between two curves. Can we proceed? If somebody is writing, just let me know. Now we have to solve fifth. Okay, before fifth, we will solve fourth. No, my bad. We will also solve fourth. Fourth is a good question. I forgot actually. Fourth is a very good question. I mean, the same question, but a good question. I mean, better question than fifth, third, or first. The type of the question is same, but you will observe a different thing here. And that is important. Please, everybody, write this fourth question. I mean, if you are writing, then just let me know. Otherwise, I will take the necessary inputs, necessary information from the question, and I'm going to solve this. So we are given that find the area of the region in
So
the
you have to write
first
fourth
quadrant.
question.
Yes. Find the area of the region in the first quadrant. Important things. We only need to find out the area in first quadrant. Okay. Enclosed by x-axis, the line y is equals to x, and x square plus y square is equals to 32. We know that this is a circle. This is a line, y is equals to x. In fact, y is equals to x is a very famous line. We should know what is the graph of y is equals to x. If not, then you will get to know today. Obviously, you can draw this, but you should not need to draw it. Shall
So it's a V-shaped graph.
No, that is y is equals to mod x, modulus function. It's not modulus function, it's y is
Sorry,
equals
sir.
to, yeah. So we can take this. Okay, what is the question? Question is,
Straight line graph.
the graph is definitely straight line. We have to find out area enclosed in first
So I can
quadrant
just put that question.
between x-axis. You can, Chavez, you can note down these. I mean, these are all the necessary information I'm writing here. So we have to find out the area enclosed in first quadrant between x-axis, circle x square plus y square is equals to 32, and the line y is equals to x. So we know that they have given us a curve x square plus y square is equals to 32. Chalo, let's first draw the figure. First thing is to draw the figure. Always. So the curve is x square plus y square is equals to 32, right? Its center is 0, 0. We've already done this, and its radius is this. This is radius square, 32. So can we find out r? Yes, 4 root 2. If you solve this, you will get 4 root 2. So we know the radius, we know the center. Can we draw the circle? Definitely yes. This
So
should be
4 root 2, right?
4 root 2, yes. So this is our circle. This is center O, and this is, we know, these are the end points of diameter. Or we can say that these are the points where circle cut x-axis and y-axis. So what is this A point? We have already discussed these things, but please, just to clarify, tell me quickly, what is this A point?
4
We have
root 2 comma 0.
4 root 2 comma 0. And what is this C point?
Minus 4 root 2 comma.
These points are your radius only, na? This is center, correct? So this must be radius, and this is on x-axis. So y must be 0. Here x must be 0, y is 4 root 2, and this is this. Okay? So this is our circle. Now the line y is equals to x. The line y is equals to x is always this line. I mean, the line that is y is equals to x will pass just in between from this. This angle is basically 45 degree. This whole angle is 90. So y is equals to x is a line which passes through the center of this x-axis and y-axis, passing through origin. Correct, Abad? Now, can somebody tell me, I'm going to name these portions. This is A, this is B, this is C, this is D, this is E, this is F. Please read the question carefully and tell me which area do we need to find out. A, B, C, D, E, F. Out of these 6 portions, what portion are we interested in?
Cell B.
Okay. Any other answers? Austin, Tharif, Shahid, anything else that you guys are thinking? Or what are you guys thinking? Which portion are we talking about here? So we need to find out the area which is in first quadrant. As soon as we see first quadrant, C, D, E, and F are out of the picture. We don't need them because we only need to find out the area in first quadrant. Now what? X-axis, first quadrant, between x-axis, this circle, and the line y is equals to x. So this is line, this is circle. But what is x-axis? X-axis is this. So we are basically interested in portion B. We are interested in portion B, nothing else, right? So to find out portion B, now we need this intersection point, surely. Let's call this intersection point as E, correct? So we are interested in this area. Okay. Chalo, first find out the intersection point. To find out intersection point, just simply put y is equals to x in first equation. We know that there should be 2 intersection points. One is this, one is this. But we don't need this point because we only need to find out this area in first quadrant. So this is x square plus x square is equals to 32. It means that 2x square is equals to 32. It means that x square is equals to 16, which means that your x is plus minus 4. So one point E is 4, 4. And this point should be minus 4, minus 4. If I call this point F, although I don't need it, but yes, this point is minus 4, minus 4, and this point is 4, 4. Now, can somebody tell me how to find out the required area? To find out the required area, please try to figure out which curve do I need to integrate here. This whole area lies under which curve? This area. Circle. सर्कल के अंदर तो बहुत सारा एरिया नहीं है. सर्कल एक्चुअली कंसिस्ट अ लॉट ऑफ एरिया. So I told you that this question is important. Why? Because from this, you will be actually, I mean, this is a good question because this will give you a good idea about how to integrate the curve. See, focus on the portion. Which portion do I need to find out? Like in this part, the portion that I am interested in is not under a single curve. In this part, this portion is not under a single curve. For example, okay, observe this very carefully now. I'm drawing a line from here to this. Now, if I observe this area, let's call this A1. Okay. A1 is the area under this line. No. A1 is the area under this line. Y is equals to x. Starting from x is equals to 0 up to x is equals to 4. This E point is 4, 4. I am drawing a perpendicular from this point up to on x-axis. So this x coordinate is 4. If I integrate the line from 0 to 4, then I will get this A1. Now focus on A2. I need to find out A1 plus A2, right? But A1 will be find out using integration of this line from 0 to 4, and A2 is the area under circle. See, this is the area under circle. This. And this is the area under line. So to find out A1, A1, area under line. Now, if we wouldn't have these intersection point, we would not be able to know from which point to which point we need to integrate line, and then from which point to which point we need to integrate circle. And this circle can actually be written as like this. I am taking the value of y. So this is an important point that you have to visualize. कौन सा एरिया निकालना है, जैसे ही आपको ये पता चल जाएगा कौन सा एरिया निकालना है, then focus on that area. I mean, what is the curve under which that area lies? Whether it's under a single curve or whether it is enclosed between two curves, and apply the formula accordingly, right? So to find required area, find A1 and A2 first. If you are able to find out A1 and A2, then you will find out the required area. And to find A1, hence required area will be A1 plus A2. What is A1? A1 is the area under this line y is equals to x. So I have to integrate x from 0 to 4. And then what is A2? Area under the curve, area under the circle. What is circle? Root 32 minus x square. Integrate this from 4 to 4 root 2. This will be your required area. You can solve this and find out the final answer. Don't do it now. Please do it at home. I'm not interested in definite integration anymore because we know we have all the formula. We have the formula x square minus a square minus x square to integrate this. Then we will apply the limits. This is direct integration, x square by 2. So we can solve this. That shouldn't be a problem. The problem is how to visualize the area that we need to find out. Please feel free to ask me your questions. Now, there is nothing new in the chapter. Understand, There's nothing new. Right now, okay, so let's start with 3 types of problem. There are 2 types of problem which will be difficult that we will cover in the next class. But before that, there are 3 types of simple problems. One is just area under a simple curve, like we have done our example 1. In that case, we just had a circle. We have to find out the area between them. I mean, area enclosed by that circle. That is a very simple problem. Won't be asked in boards, right? That is a simple concept to make you understand about the next type of questions. Then second type of question. Second type of question will be, you will be given a line and you will be given a curve. Then you will find out the area between that line and curve, and maybe with some axis or some of the combination of this. Then third type of question, which we haven't solved yet, which is the toughest one also. I mean, not the toughest one, but the calculation will be more. In those cases, you will be given 2 curves. So they will give you one circle, they will give you one parabola, and then you will have to find out the area between them. So the calculation is more, but the concept is the same. Don't worry about the concept. Concept is definitely same. Whatever you are doing right now, you have to do the same. Just this equation will be a complex one. This will not be just simple x. This can be a parabola. This can be a circle, right? So things like that. But area between 2 curves is also like this. जो अभी चल रहा है, बिल्कुल सेम ही हमें काम को थोड़ा सा और कॉम्प्लेक्स इक्वेशंस के साथ हम आपको दे देंगे, right? As I said, the problem will be in. You guys try to solve the 6th one. Homework A. This is your homework. Can you take one more question? If you have class right after this, then okay, then it's okay. But if not, then we would like to solve one more question. Do you guys have class? I mean, if somebody has to go, just raise your hand. Okay, cool. In that case, we would solve one more question, guys. And we would need 4 or 5 more questions to be good in this part. Yeah, this I wanted to take. 18th. Fatafat, note down the question. I'm writing the question. I mean, all the necessary information. A circle is given, x square plus y square is equals to 16. And a parabola is given, y square is equals to 6x. Exterior बोला है वैसे तो, but let's check. Yeah. So find the area of the circle, x square plus y square is equals to 16, which is exterior to the parabola y square is equals to 6x. First task, draw the figure. See, we haven't changed our template in a single question. Every question has to be solved like this. So first of all, let's start with the circle. X square plus y square is equals to 16. Hanji, center of this circle. Please try to answer these questions. They are very important in if I see your point of view. because you won't be able to draw these
0,
figures.
0.
0, 0 and circle. Oh, sorry. Radius
4. So
4. Correct. And parabola y square is equals to 6x. I just want to know whether it's leftwards, rightwards, upward, or downward. Nothing else. Rightward, leftward, upward, downward. Which one? There were 4 standard forms of parabola.
rightwards.
Rightwards. इसको बहुत, you can learn this quickly. X square is always this. If x square is this, that is positive y, then y square is positive x. If negative, then यहाँ पे हो जाएगा. If this is negative, then यहाँ पे हो जाएगा. X square is upward. Always remember the graph of x square, guys. X square is this. Okay. If you remember x square, then y square is this. I mean, y square is also simple after that point. And if taken negative, तो आप इसको, you can just reverse the graph. So this must be y square is equals to 6x, right? Now, please tell me, I'm giving them names. Please tell me the portion that we are looking for here. Read the question carefully and tell me which portion do we need to find out. We have to find out area of the
FNC.
okay. Correct, Austin. Good. Anyone else? I mean, Chavez, you can also think on this again, but this is incorrect.
Sir, other than AB, we have to find all the area.
All the area, exactly. So F, E, D, C, all 4 of them. Because we have to find out the area of the circle which is exterior to this parabola. Now, the problem can come in both form, either not just F, Tharif, no, F, C, D, E. उन्होंने बोला है ना देख कि area of circle which is exterior of the given parabola. Exterior of the given parabola माने the area between circle and parabola is this. The area between circle and parabola is A and B. This portion is area between A and B. Area between parabola, or we can also say that area of the circle which is interior to the parabola. Interior to the parabola means which is lying inside the parabola. So this area is area of the circle which is interior of the given parabola, and this FEDC is the area of the circle that does not lie in the parabola, that is exterior to the parabola. Is this clear, Tharif?
Yes, sir, clear.
Okay. By the way, they can ask both of these. I mean, you will see the, I mean, you will notice, you will solve the questions where if you solve NCRT, obviously, then you will solve these questions also in which they will ask this area, right? In that case, we only find out this area, upper area. If we are able to find out upper area, then we make it twice because both of them are symmetrical figures, right? So we find out, okay, by the way, if I want to find out this area, how do I find out this area? सिर्फ ऊपर वाला, सिर्फ this portion, only this portion, A. How do I find out this? But I just want methodology, not the, I mean, not the answer. I want to know what is the procedure. Which curve I need to integrate to find out this area? Obviously, I will find out this area only, by the way. I'll find, because this is easy. I'll find out this area, I'll find out the area of the circle, and I'll subtract this. Yeah. So anyways, I have to find out this area. In fact, I'll also have to give them names. This is origin. Okay. This is point A, B, C, D, and then this is E, and then this is F. I want to find out O, F,
So
B,
first you have to
C,
find the point of
D,
intersection.
O. Yes, that is so true. Whoa, just tell me the procedure. तो हमें करना ही पड़ेगा. Just tell me how to find out O, A, F, O. Anyone? Austin, try this. How do we find out O, A, F, O? Okay, draw a perpendicular from F. See, to find out this area is not lying under a single curve. This area lies under two curves. One, this part is lying under the parabola, and this part is lying under the circle. No?
Yes.
So from O to F, I will integrate parabola, and from F to A, I will integrate the circle. Right? And
So
that is
after this,
how.
find
If your voice is breaking, can you please tell me again what are you asking? Tarif, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Your voice was breaking. Please repeat your question.
After finding F, then you'll find A, E.
After finding, sorry, I couldn't understand your question, Tarif. After
Then
finding
you find F, A, then you'll find A, E.
AE.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, we have to find out O, A, E, O. This whole area also, but these both of these areas are symmetrical. I mean, the shape of parabola and the shape of circle, both are symmetrical, right? So whatever this area is, O, A, F, O, the same area will be O, A, E, O. So we just need to find out this area. Then we will make twice of it. So that will be the area between them, interior to parabola, and area of the circle that is interior to parabola. But we have to find out the area of the exterior area of circle, which is exterior to the parabola. So for that, we will find out the whole circle's area, and then we will subtract this area. So to find out intersection point, put y square is equals to 6x in x square plus y square is equals to 60. Right? From here, I can find out the intersection points, which are x plus 8 and x minus 2. It means, oh, my bad. Yeah. So, which means that x is equals to minus 8 and x is equals to 2. X is equals to minus 8 is not possible. Why? Because x can never be negative in this case. You can see that the intersection point of parabola and ellipse lies in first and fourth quadrant, both of which contain x coordinate positive. So avoiding x is equals to minus 8, we get x is equals to 2 as the intersection point. Now if I put here, then I will get the values of y, which means that y square is equals to 12, which means that y is plus minus 2 root 3. So this f point is nothing but 2 comma positive coordinate of y, which is 2 root 3, and this e is 2 comma minus 2 root 3. Chaliye. So first of all, let's write the important points. So what is required area? Required area is area O, F, B, C, D, E, O. Right? Now this required area can be find out as area of whole circle minus area of OAFO minus area of this first portion and the second portion OAEO, right? But area of OAFO and area of OAEO are equal. Why? Symmetrical figures. Both of them are symmetrical figures. In fact, all the figures that we are talking about, other than line, obviously, straight line, all the figures are symmetrical. Whatever area is upper the curve, that will be the same area under the curve. Right? So, required area can be written as area of circle minus twice area of OAFO. So V of OAFO. Now let's focus on this task. We know what is the point A. Point A is, what is the radius? 4, 0. Hence, point A must be 4, 0. Right? Now focus on OAFO. OAFO is the combination of two areas. One area is lying under the parabola, which one is this? And one area is lying under the circle, which is from F to A. Right? So first, I need to integrate the parabola from 0 to 2. 0 to 2. And then from 2 to 4, I will integrate the circle. Right? So convert these equations in terms of
Sir,
y.
can say,
हाँ जी, क्या बोल रहे हो? बोलो.
sir, from 2 to 4, you have to use circle equation, right, to integrate.
Yes, definitely. But the important point is why we are using the equation of circle. That you got or not?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. So one equation is y square is equals to 6x. That can be written as y is equals to root 6x. You always have to integrate y. I mean, not y square. So we will convert everything in terms of y. And another equation must be this. Sorry, not minus. It should be plus. No? From 0 to 2, this equation of parabola, this area. From 2 to 4, the area under the circle. This will be your area of OFO, OAFO, and which will help you in finding out the area of required area. By the way, this area of circle, you already have solved one question. I mean, the first example was based on this only. Right? Now, please feel free to ask your questions if you have any. By the way, this area of circle also has to be calculated using definite integral, not pi r square. पता चले pi r square लगा दिया और क्वेश्चन गलत. This area of circle has to be find out definite integration, not the formula directly. But you can easily solve that because the first example was this only. Find the area of one quadrant and then multiply it by 4. To find out the area of one quadrant, just integrate the circle from 0 to 4. This equation from 0 to 4. That will be the area of one quadrant. I'm okay. I will also write this. Hanji, is it done? Please feel free to ask your doubts or any problem that you are facing with this. Your homework will be both of the exercise 8.1 and 8.2. You can easily solve them. There will be 1-2 questions which can, 2-3 questions which will be problematic. Otherwise, you can get through all of them now.